Olympic qualifying has been going on this week, and that's been fun for basketball fans because you get to see a lot of high level competitive games of random combinations of players. The Bahamas team has a mix of NBA guys with some non NBA guys. Buddy Hield on the team, DeAndre Ayton on the team, amongst others. VJ Edgecombe, who is headed to Baylor as one of the highest rated freshmen in this upcoming class, has been unbelievable in these Olympic qualifying games. And look, sometimes weird stuff happens in FIBA events. Sometimes we have seen players just pop off on court with NBA guys. I think, was it last year that like somebody scrimmaged the Bahamas team? Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was. I think it was a Kentucky player.
Or wasn't it Kansas? Like didn't Kansas with Dickinson and Storr play the Bahamas or something? Or Dickinson and
No, the store wouldn't have played with Kansas last
Dickinson
year.
and Dewan, I think. I feel like we made videos about this last
There
year.
was some Kansas dude who went off, though.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Timberlake.
Look, keep speaking. I'm gonna actually go back and see if I can find that
I
box score.
swear there was some like Kansas player that just like popped off in these scrimmages, and we were like in the season, he just never showed up. So take it all with a grain of salt. But the point is, VJ Edgecombe has been on fire. You can go find these videos for yourself. He had a dunk yesterday in traffic that Buddy Hield gave it up to him. And this is one of the most ferocious in-game dunks that I have ever seen, let alone in an Olympic qualifier. And it came at the expense of Olivier Kamwa, former Michigan player. That clip of VJ dunking is on Olivier Kamwa's head. VJ had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. He was 7 for 11 from the floor, 1 for 3 from three, 5 for 5 from free throw. And if you just watch the film from this game, like his athleticism's insane. He has skill through the roof. Like this is an NBA player right now, and he's going to Baylor for a year. It certainly changes how I view Baylor if VJ is going to be this good. So I know you love VJ Edgecombe in general, but how are you feeling about his performances this week?
I'm feeling great about it. By the way, you were right. It was AJ Store was playing for the Bahamas
Oh yeah,
against. He was playing for the Bahamas. He had 19 and 8 in that game. Hunter Dickinson had 28 and 6. El Marco had 17. I think who else? There's a couple guys that went off in that game. Anywho, um, they beat that team too, so it was a pretty good uh Bahama select team that they beat. But look, first of all, VJ Edgecombe's actual first name is Valdez, and his name is Valdez Edgecombe. We'll address that at a certain point. That's an elite player's name. Second of all, the thing for me is that like he has such this high level of talent, but like this is a kid who we have seen. We're seeing all these clips come from practice, and like he's active, he's loud, he's making all these plays, like he's competing. He's looked like he's carrying himself like a pro. And the thing for me that even impressed me outside of the plays that you talked about is that when it got to winning time in this game, because they were kind of like Finland took a lead, I think, in the first half, and they were up. They led it intermission. Bahamas did outscore them in the second half, 49-31. But like when it came to closing and winning time, Edgecombe had 10 points in the fourth quarter, like just to separate the game. Like this kid is gonna be so good, like so good. And I don't think he even showed as much as he can do because I think he affects the game so much defensively. And I thought he was kind of lost in this game, as well as the whole Bahamian national team, to be honest with you. This is Finland without Laurie Markkinen. But despite that, like the flashes, the energy, the coachability, like there's not much like negative things I can say about Edgecombe. And then he backs it up with the production here. So it's like if I'm a Baylor fan, I'm over the moon right now. Y'all are getting a killer.
yeah, yeah. I mean, one, it's just fun, right? Like, I don't think you need to draw any major conclusions about what this means for VJ or Baylor in a massive way, even though I will in just a second. But it,
You
like,
don't have to, but wait soon, I will.
yeah, just watching this though, like the important part of this to me is like, holy shit, it's gonna be fun to watch VJ Edgecombe this year. This dude's a superstar, and it makes me even feel stronger in like reinforced that this draft class is insane because that guy should be the number one player in most classes. Like
Hmm.
just what we see in a game setting, nothing else. Like that's the number one player. And no, Cooper Flagg's supposed to be better than him. Like Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey are supposed to be as good as him. So it's going to be a great time to be a college basketball fan. There's an influx, a much needed, by the way, influx of 18-year-old talent. Like maybe let's get the 23-year-old role player types out of this game again. Now that the NIL or the extra COVID year has ended, and it's a perfect time for a great class to come in. But it also should get everyone's attention with Baylor. Uh, you and I have a segment coming out on tomorrow's show, the full sleepers episode, where we do our way too early top 25 update. And I asked you a question straight up. It's everyone considers it Kansas, Alabama, Kansas, Alabama, UConn at the top. It's those three. Baylor's roster is way better than UConn's, right? Like Norchad's the best front court guy. Jeremy Roach is better than any of the UConn guards. And VJ Edgecombe is definitely the most talented player here. So, like,
Is,
why?
is Roach like more talented than the Mahaney's to you?
Then the point guards. Like, I guess I don't know. I don't know if I
Because
would
like
put my
because
point.
like let's say you lump together like the wing talent, wing forward spot talent. You got like Liam McNeely, Caravan. Like, are you taking that over like 3-4 for Baylor?
I think the starting five, if you combine these two teams, would be Jeremy Roach, Aiden Mahaney, VJ Edgecombe, Alex Caravan, Norchad. And you would bring McNeely off the bench. And I don't think there'd be a second of hesitation on that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, it's a very good team. It's kind of crazy to think that this Baylor team also could have ended up with a guy like Trezarian White, like at the
Yeah.
four would have been incredible. Like I actually might have put them number one.
Yeah, I think they're missing like a stud four. They're going to have to play four small guards, but you proposed the idea of playing small guards to Scott Drew, and he's just like, okay,
Hey, woohoo,
yeah.
yay! And I'm gonna make
Uh,
my big small too.
and most importantly, like we've loved a lot of Baylor guards through the years. Keontae George was one of our guys. I tried to get Kid Gorgeous going for him. Nobody ever took it, but I loved
It,
it.
it
Uh,
still could work in the
Ja-
league.
Jacoby Walter was fun for like a week. Uh, even the teams before, obviously Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler were great. VJ Edgecombe is my favorite Baylor guard ever, officially, right now, before he
Even
plays a
before
game.
even before suiting it up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's nasty, man. He's really, really good. And it's also begs the question. I think we got to find a way for all top 25 recruits to play in some summer setting. Whether it's a foreign tour or something, I need this content. I need to see Cooper Flag playing somebody.
Yeah. I
I
think
want to see Ruck. I want to see Ruck. Is Rutgers taking an international trip this year? If they're not, I'm pissed.
we need that to happen. Honestly, all the best college teams should just be allowed to go overseas every year and like play the best teams in the world and see what happens.
It'd be great for us too, personally, just to be a little selfish here. We need stuff like this.
Yeah, let's be selfish as much as we can. Final thing, we've talked VJ a bunch before, but like, what's your current player comp for VJ Edgecombe? So I have two that I think he's like a perfect mix of, and one is one of the best players on earth, and one is one of my favorite recruits in college basketball history.
I don't know where to put him. Like, who is it? Let me get yours before I say something
So
crazy.
I think he's a 50-50 mix of Anthony Edwards,
I was gonna say Ant.
Anthony Edwards and OJ Mayo.
He's a mix of OJ Mayo and Ant Edwards.
That's my answer.
So probably our favorite player of all time.
It's trending in that
It's
direction.
trending in that direction. Okay.
Is that dunk over? And I like Olivier Como. I could not have been more excited to see Como get destroyed in that.
Wait, that was Kama who he dunked on?
Yeah, you just tuned me out when I said that at the beginning of this video. I was like, I can't believe you're not freaking out about this. That was Como he postered.
I did not know that was Kama. I'm sorry. I was trying to find out how many Hunter Dickinson had and also find out VJ Edgecombe's actual first name. His name is Valdez Edgecombe Jr. Why are we glossing over that?
With a Z at the end, Valdez.
Valdez Edgecombe Jr. I want a Bahamas jersey with Valdez on the back.
I have them ahead of UConn officially. I have them ahead of Bama too, if we want to get serious.
Oh, okay. All right. Come on.